So I'm here minding my business in the house, and our Ring doorbell camera sensor goes off, and they have all these cops outside of my house. Look at this shit. Doing a welfare check. Look at their goofy asses. There's no basis. They're just looking for any excuse to put me in the psych ward. They said they got a random call to do a welfare check. They wouldn't say who told them, who made the phone call to do the welfare check. This is just all part of the gang stalking. So, just documenting this for the record. We're live right now. You can't make this up. So that's Choi. These cowards, then they come and try to act like they're the good guys. They're not. I hope they all burn in hell. Look at this shit. They won't say who called them. I've been in my room feeling sick all day from the directed energy radiation attacks, and yet they have the police here on some bullshit. They're just looking for the right keyword or the right bullshit to fucking put me in a psych ward or to arrest me. It's all bullshit. It's bullshit. It's a bullshit call. Whoever it was that called them to do a welfare check is just to give me a hard time. But God's watching. Fucking cowards. Like, you can't make this shit up. I'm upstairs minding my own business, and they have all these goofies come down here. And I told the officer, whoever has a problem with me down at the PD, see me without your gun and badge. Bunch of fucking cowards. And these two idiot bootlickers are here talking to them longer than they need to. Look at this shit. Kick them out of here. What the fuck are they here for still? Ask them to leave. They're not welcome here. Why are you still there engaging them? Ask them to leave.
You need to leave. You need to go upstairs immediately.
Tell them to fuck
off. You're
off.
going to get us in trouble. You need to stop. Well, I want you to go upstairs in your room. There's no need for this bull.
Bro, it's been over fucking a half hour at least, and these pigs are still out here looking for any angle they can to try to take me away or find some bullshit excuse. Look at this. My idiot losers doing the fucking walk of shame. Fuck off. You came here for nefarious purposes, and God watched over me like he always will. Leave. My parents are out there with the fucking pigs acting like they're victims, telling them their life story like they give a fuck. These motherfucking pigs are just here to look for an angle to fucking try to put me in the psych ward or arrest me on some bullshit. But my parents are out there trying to convince them that they're good people. My mom there crying like a dumb bitch, talking about my sister and my sister being on drugs. Yeah, because you guys steered the sales that way with your child abuse. This faggot piece of shit of my father has called the cops on me multiple times for bullshit, and God knows it. Lying, saying that I threatened him so that the cops could rush to get here faster because he was trying to kick me out of the house and I had nowhere to go. So he'd call the police and lie and say that I threatened to kill him. This motherfucker has called them at least 3 times. 3 or 4 times on me, lying, saying that I threatened to kill him and that I had bipolar so they could rush and get here faster. So that's all they're doing. This pig was yawning, bored. This one just fucking angry. He didn't get to gun me down with his little So yeah, these motherfuckers should have been gone a long time ago, but these two bootliggers of my parents decided to engage them in conversation they can care less about. But yeah, I was upstairs in my room being zapped with directed energy. I mean, you could see him sweating bullets from the directed energy attacks. And, you know, I need to do a live stream later today to talk about my job at the gas station and what happened. But that was some more bullshit. But yeah, they're just out here right now trying to paint the picture that they're good, innocent parents and that we're the bad kids. That's what they're telling the cops. I overheard them. Such bullshit. But God knows the truth. God sees the truth. So I didn't have faith in God to begin with, because if he knew that my parents were this fucking abusive and narcissistic and such trash, why would he allow them to have kids? You know, they're just trying to paint the picture that they're good people to the cops right now, and the cops could give a fuck less. That's not what they're here for. These cocksuckers were here in hopes that they could take me away or something. And look at, now the other pig is back there. They're trying to work an angle. They're not satisfied. She said, I'm his mom, I feel bad. And my dad is telling him that I wish he has a heart attack. Yeah, I have said that to you. What are they still here for? He's crying and acting like a victim, the piece of shit. They're just looking for any angle. Like I said, I was upstairs in my room minding my business, and they lied and knocked on our door saying they got a call for a welfare check. Then they're lying. God sees everything. And he's telling them my business, how I took out my retirement like it's any of their business. They're such pieces of shit. I really hope I hope this vaccine takes my parents out soon, because they're evil fucking people. They should not have had kids. They're liars. They're not objective. They don't even tell the truth. They were child abusers and fucking very abusive. My sister had CPS called on, or it was her teachers actually. It was the dean of Robert Frost Middle School, and then my sister's 5th grade teacher. So it was 5th and 6th grade. So it was Mrs. Millard and Mrs. Davidson who called the cops on my parents for child abuse, because they would abuse us. And my parents threatened my sister into denying it. So the first few times they came to our house, they didn't take my sister away because we were lied to and coerced by our parents to deny the child abuse. And then finally, it was like the 3rd or 4th time they got called, and my sister got put in a foster home. But yeah, these two pathetic lowlives are just crying to the cops now and trying to act like victims. From a welfare check, it turned to them telling them their life story and telling them lies about me. And these cops are just loving every bit of it. Look at it, they're over there trying to fucking work an angle. See those 3? They're there trying to fucking chit chat and work any angle to try to find any excuse to pull me in. But I was upstairs minding my business in my bedroom. Like I said, I'm being hit with directed energy. You can see me sweating bullets right now from being microwaved all day. So I was upstairs, watching YouTube videos, and I see the Ring doorbell camera sensor go off. And I see all these 4 cops at my door. And when my dad opened it, they said they were here to do a welfare check. I told them to fuck off. I was not polite. I wasn't rude either, but I was very firm. I told them that it was baseless, the reasons they came out. They wouldn't tell me who called, but that it was baseless and that everything was fine. But these two idiots of my parents are out here engaging them for longer than they need to and trying to paint me to be the bad guy. I've heard everything. My mom just said something about she feels bad that that has to happen to me. And my dad he said, I don't feel bad. And the hypocrite was just talking shit about my aunt having called the cops on my nephew, on my cousin Rudy, because my aunt called the cops on my cousin and got him arrested. And he was saying that she was a shitty person for doing that. And look at this right now. Who knows what they have planning, but I'm not a danger to myself or to others. So if they try kidnapping me against my will, that's exactly what it is. Because they're not satisfied. I mean, they're still here, obviously, trying to work an angle or get me taken away. Completely baseless. They've been here at least almost I want to say 45 minutes to an hour now. You know, I came downstairs fully dressed. I told them everything was fine and that wasn't good enough for their welfare check. They're still here. So anything they try doing is baseless and unfounded. I was not hostile. I was not aggressive. I told them in not very polite language to fuck off. I told them about the gang stalking. But like I said, this clearly isn't good enough. They're trying to work an angle to get me arrested or taken away. Yeah, they're fishing for bullshit. This is pure evil. Yeah, they're fishing right now. This is a simple welfare check. I came out and told them everything was fine. My parents told them everything was fine. And then they pull them out and engage them in conversation that's completely unnecessary. And they're still here, you know, trying to work an angle. I'll come back live if anything else transpires, but just wanted to document this for the record. If anything happens to me, I didn't attack them. I was not aggressive. I did not have my hands in my pockets. Anyway. So the cops back there, they keep getting on their phone, on their cell phone, getting on phone calls and throwing their hands up, feeling dejected, I guess. And then there's a third one. You can't really see him. I think he's behind the car. But they're trying to work their angle right now, trying to find something bogus to take me away today. Because they haven't left yet. It's been well over an hour and they're still here. They were initially called for a bogus welfare check. By whom, I don't know, because it's been quiet and peaceful here. See him? That one right there, he's on the phone. My parents told them everything was fine. I told them everything was fine. Granted, I wasn't very polite when I did it. I told them to fuck off and get out of here. I told them about the gang stalking too, and that it's been happening for 3 years and I've been documenting it. But that's not good enough for them. They're here trying to work an angle. You see them on the phone? So this is all evidence that's going to be used against them. I personally went down to greet them and tell them everything was okay on their bogus little welfare check. They wouldn't tell me who called either. It's probably one of the perp neighbors or probably they themselves from the fucking station. They got bored and they figured, let's go try to ruin his day. But those two bootlickers and my parents are out here giving them a sob story and trying to paint themselves like the perfect parents who did everything they could and their kids just turned out bad. Completely irrelevant to the fucking call and the reason why they're here today. You know, they were here for a basic welfare check. I came down and told them everything was fine. I wasn't the most polite. So what if I used foul language? It doesn't mean I'm having a mental breakdown, because I'm not. He was asking me questions and I told him that I refused to answer questions. You see him laughing right there on the phone, the Asian one? He's laughing while that third one at the top is on the phone. Look at them, like this is some joke. They're just here to try to ruin my day. But again, I went down there to greet them and told them everything was fine. My parents told them everything was fine, so why are they still here? You know, I've been putting off going to the FBI and to the LAPD offices to issue a cease and desist letter to them and to put them on notice about what I've been experiencing. But just like that guy John Lang, they'll have me killed or look for some bullshit to try to nab me or find some technicality. It's not going to work. Like I said, I was upstairs in my room, minding my own business, watching YouTube videos. And I hear a knock at the door, or the doorbell ringing, sorry. And I got an alert from the Ring doorbell camera. And I see 4 police officers outside of my door. Over an hour later, and they're still here. Because me telling them everything was fine and my parents telling them everything was fine wasn't good enough. Now we have this little dork on the left taking notes. Oh, they're living it. You know, because my parents have had the cops called on them multiple times, and not even by my sister and I. This is by neighbors, by former teachers, the dean of my sister's middle school. Anytime they interact with the cops, they try to paint my sister and I as the bad ones and them as the good, virtuous ones. And God knows that that's not the case. There are 2 sides to every story, or 3 sides. Your side, my side, and the objective truth. But yeah, look at them. They're just itching. Such bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. So let the record reflect that they were told everything was fine by my parents and by myself. And they're still here trying to work a bullshit angle. So let's see what kind of bullcrap they come up with now. So that's Lopez right there talking to him. These motherfuckers are telling them I'm bipolar and all this bullshit. I hope God punished all their asses. And I really hope the vaccine takes my parents out sooner than later. That way I take control of their estate and I'll liquidate their assets myself. But they're in the fucking way. They've never been parents. They've never had my sister and I's back. They've always been abusive. Verbally, physically, psychologically. You know, my own two-faced father, you hear him on there. And don't be fooled, he's very smart. He knows how to talk like a lawyer when he needs to. Piece of shit, two-faced motherfucker. Go get your booster shot already, asshole. You know, they cry to the cops and tell them one side, but they don't. If the cops saw them in action, they'd understand probably, and not even then. I just want them to leave. I can't go back to suffering alone in silence in my bedroom from the directed energy attacks until I know that they're gone and far away from here. And this is my piece of shit father who has called on me multiple times in the past. Today, he didn't call. The cops wouldn't reveal the identity of the caller who initially requested a welfare check. But it was for nefarious reasons and nefarious intentions. They weren't concerned about my welfare. That was a cover story in hopes that I'd be taken away. You know, my parents always throwing me under the bus. I hope they all get their karma. 3 years of the worst torture, harassment, covert harassment, having my life disrupted and uprooted. Okay, so fuck off. Everything is fine. Leave, asshole. And I hope later on today you come across somebody who is formidable, who is a threat. They're bringing up me smoking weed in the house from time to time. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I smoke weed and I open my bedroom window with the fan going. They're just bringing up any bullshit now. Leave. You know what you're doing is wrong. You know there's no basis for it. Leave. Yes, they have Dr. Fernando Garcia. They've been here for quite a while. I'll have to check out your channel after this. I'm interested in whether or not you have videos on there. All right, have a good day. God bless you. Be safe. You can fuck off now. I told you to fuck off over almost an hour ago. And then they are bringing up the bipolar. I'm not fucking bipolar. That was a false diagnosis to take away my gun rights. I carry a knife and a pepper spray at all times, and I have not deployed them because I haven't had a reason to. It will be the same thing with the firearm. It takes the same amount of restraint. I'm not a danger to anybody. I'm not a danger to myself or to others. The only way I'm a danger to anybody is if they're posing an immediate, clear threat to my life. Because then I will defend myself. I just want to be left alone and in peace. And these evil fucking scum are just looking for any angle. They're looking for these two pathetic, excusive human beings for parents. You know, this is what made me lose faith in God, why I didn't believe in God. That he would allow two scumbags like my parents to father children, to have children. So who knows what that big oaf is going out in there for. But they're not done. They're going to try to have me come out there acting crazy or something. Who knows? Leave already. Your presence isn't wanted. Go where there's actually a need for you, instead of wasting taxpayer dollars doing bullshit, being safe. Because here there is no threat. Go somewhere where there is. But I forgot, these pussies do anything to avoid an actual confrontation or a danger to themselves. Just as the Uvalde police shooting showed. They were outside huddled for almost an hour before they took action. Leave. God knows you're here for the wrong reasons. God knows you're here trying to find an angle because you're evil. Leave. Who the fuck called for a fucking welfare check to begin with? Who? There was no yelling, screaming, nothing. This probably originated from the police station. Or it was a bullshit lie. Or one of the gang stalking perps fucking called them out to get revenge. Alright, God bless you. Be safe. Be safe, like they tell me. Look at these wimps. Each and every one of them, without a fucking gunner, especially that fat pig. I would rock their shit. Without a gun and a badge, you, Mr. Toy. You, Mr. Toy. I hit you with a sidekick and a chop suey. Motherfucker, Mr. Choi. I'll whip that ass without a fucking gun, boy. Or a badge. I'll whip that ass, all of you. Easily. You, and you. I'll whip all your asses if you didn't have a gun and a badge. Effortlessly. And I don't even work out anymore. All right, fuck off. Be safe. God bless you. God bless. Be safe. Go suck your little pissant God Lucifer's dick. 90% of you are fucking Freemasons who've taken oaths to Freemasonry. All right, fuck off. Be safe. Later. Shucks, we didn't get him. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it. Look at them just standing in the middle of the street like a bunch of idiots. Too bad one of the perp neighbors isn't racing home like they usually come speeding on my fucking street. Damn, look at how frustrated they look. And the reason they were here longer than necessary, again, is my idiot parents engaging them in dialogue that they had no business engaging them in. Oh, shucks. Aren't you mad? Leave. All right, so I'm just making this quick video as a heads up to my followers and supporters. My mother came into my room, barged into my room. I don't have a doorknob on my door, so I have to stuff a t-shirt in there to have some privacy because I've caught my mom peering through the hole. Anyway, she informed me that yesterday detectives from LAPD called and said that they were going to come to the house to try to speak to me. I don't wish to have any contact with them. They could conduct their own investigation. I didn't make any specific threats to anybody. All I said was, I want to be left alone. I'm tired of being gang stalked. I'm tired of being covertly harassed by these corrupt third-party private security contractors, by the FBI, by the DHS, and their affiliates. So when they come today, I'm going to send them on their merry way because I'm not legally obligated to speak to these people. And if they want to have further contact with me, they can do so with an attorney. So my suspicions were correct. I didn't want to give this person any energy or attention, but it was Nirvgorilla. I'd mentioned that about a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, he had doxed me. He sent me an email from one of his multiple sock puppet accounts. One of them is Dan French. Another one is Shut Up Mom or something like that. And then another is Nirvgorilla, his YouTube channel username. And I had a feeling that it might have been him that called LAPD to come and do the welfare check on me, which could have gone wrong so many ways. I mean, they literally came to my residence with guns drawn. It could have ended badly, and that's what the intention was behind it. I've never made threats to anybody in specific. I just want to be left alone. But I will defend myself if necessary. I'm tired of this shit. You know, Nappy Head Roots was just arrested by false allegations made by perps. And they're trying to do the same to me. So, just wanted to make this quick video to give you guys a heads up. According to my mother, detectives from LAPD are intent on coming to my residence today to speak to me, and I do not wish to have any contact with them whatsoever. I have righteous anger for what I've experienced, and they're banking on, they're banking on my tense family dynamics, My parents are very vengeful, and we don't have a solid relationship like a normal, mother, father, son. Child Protective Services were called on my parents multiple times, leading up to my sister ultimately being removed from the home when she was 16 years old. I was already 18. So my dad kicked me out and I went to live with an aunt. And then I was, homeless, living on the street for a brief time before making the mistake of going back home. But any chance my vengeful parents have to sock it back to me with the system, they do. Whether it's calling the cops, making up false claims. I even have my dad on my iPhone 7 that got hacked and destroyed by these perps. I have him on audio recording admitting that he lied, that I threatened to kill him just so that the police would arrive faster at our house when he would, try to kick me out and I'd have nowhere to go and I'd refuse to leave to get the cops to come faster. He would lie and say that I threatened to kill him. I'm 38 years old. I don't have a violent history or a track record. If I was going to do anything violent, it would have happened by now. I have self-control. I just want to be left alone. I'm tired of these perps gang stalking me. But God sees everything. That's why I have no fear. Take it easy. If they do come, I'll go live.